Greetings, Japan fans. In today's show, we're going to look at a couple of key things. Particularly one is how to get others to help you with your work. Maishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the 7th year of the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy committed to your success. The president of Dale, Carnegie Training Japan, a best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. My new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, is going to be released shortly. We are broadcasting around the world from Minato-ku in the center of Tokyo, the leadership capital of Japan. Now, this podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan, and trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentations Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is Kado de ii desu ka? Can I pay by credit card? Will you take credit card? Kado de ii desu ka? 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 Can I pay by card? Kado de ii desu ka? Kado de ii desu ka? Kado de ii desu ka? Do you take credit cards? Kado de ii desu ka? 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 This is episode number 417, and we are talking about stop procrastinating and start delegating. The most fatal words ever spoken by a leader are, "It will be faster if I do it myself." No, it won't. If you want to scare yourself, sit down and write down all the tasks that you face, both regular and irregular. That is one long, long list for leaders. Are you really going to be able to get through all of these items and take care of filing your taxes on time, see the kids' sports event, have a romantic dinner with your partner, lie on the couch and read a book, magazine, or the newspapers? In short, you won't, because you'll be working all of the time, putting off life to earn a living. The treadmill you should be on is the one down at the gym, not the one where you're working like a dog because you are trying to do it all yourself. Inherently, we know we should delegate, but we have had prior bad experiences with it and are now gun-shy about using this important tool in our leader toolkit. When I was growing up in Australia, there was a common expression that a good workman doesn't blame his tools. Delegation gets a bad rap because it is a misused tool, and the tool itself is fine. What we are mistaking is dumping for delegating. What does dumping look like? My old boss at Jones Lang LaSalle literally dumped 2 huge file collations on my desk with a whump. They were so thick. He just said, "Take care of this," and walked away. I had to take on the work in those files, but there was no guidance, no instructions. I just had to work it out myself. Is there a simple and better way to make sure that as the leader, we're only working on the most high-level tasks that only we can do? Here is an 8-step process to make delegation work for you. Step number 1, identify the need. Among the many tasks facing us, which ones will lend themselves to being delegated, and what does a successful delegation outcome look like in our mind? Step 2, select the person. This may sound counterintuitive, but select the person on the basis of how this delegated task will help them achieve their goals. Wait a minute. Isn't the delegation about me achieving my leader goals or getting work off my leader desk? Actually, no. We are focused on using delegation to build leader bench strength in the organization, not playing pass the parcel at work. Think about the team, identify which strengths need attention and how this piece of work will build this person's capabilities. Find out more when we come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Today's show is brought to you by, on the 25th of June from our professional leadership series, we're going to look at the delegation process. On the 2nd of July, we're going to do addressing mistakes. On the 6th of July, we're going to do motivational leadership. On the 9th of July, we're going to look at vision, mission, and values. You can find out more about those programs on our website at enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, the Bible for Selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, as well as my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. If you like learning by watching videos, we have over 1,000 for you there on Japan Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's a premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, we have Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. Step 3, plan the delegation meeting. We don't plan to fail, but we fail to plan, and this is one of the big missing pieces of the delegation puzzle. Leaders will just willy-nilly grab the person and start downloading what they want them to do without thinking the conversation through in any meaningful way. There are 3 sub-goals involved here. A, the desired outcome. What is the outcome to be accomplished, and what does success look like? Think ahead to be able to explain what is in it for the person receiving the task. B, current situation. Clearly analyze where we are today, both internally and externally. What factors may hinder or help this delegation? C, goals. Define and set goals which are reasonable and yet challenging. Step 4, hold the delegation meeting. There are 4 subset goals. A, identify their vision or goals. We are trying to align the task with their own goals, so we need to be clear what is in it for them. B, identify specific results to be achieved. We need to make success clear and also talk about the strengths they have which will allow them to succeed in this task. C, outline the rules and limitations. There are bound to be resource limitations around time, money, and people. These need to be made clear from the start. D, review the performance standards. To what level of sophistication are they required to deliver results? Step 5, create a plan of action. We don't create the plan. They do. This is important to give them authority and ownership of how this task gets done. Step 6, review their plan. They create it, but we must check it so that we are all on the same page and have a clear understanding of what happens next. Step 7, implement the plan. If there are other people going to be impacted by the plan, then the leader's job is to clear the way and provide any air cover while the task is underway. Step 8, follow up. Without micromanaging the task, the leader needs regular progress updates so that everything is going as expected and there are no surprises at the end. None of these steps are diabolically difficult or complex. Well then, why don't all leaders follow them? It could be because they haven't thought about a process for delegation, or they fear the time required for steps 3 and 4. Stop procrastinating. These 2 steps, 3 and 4, are not that big a time steal, so suck it up and get going. You will never have the time available which you need unless you start seeing delegation as a tool to develop the talents of your subordinates and treat the whole process that way. Delegation is just Latin for coaching. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Take what you found valuable, immediately put into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. Be one of them. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.